Hello, let's take a minute to recap my last couple of days. I was watching Isabel Page and Jonah Jinton, and I was like, oh, I miss making videos, and I want to make videos like that, and I want to make beautiful videos, and I haven't been on YouTube in so long. And you know, our camping trip got canceled last weekend because of the terrible air quality in Quebec right now, and that's dangerous for pregnant ladies, so we didn't go on the camping trip. And then I was sitting there after watching these videos and I'm like, you know what, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do the thing. Stop talking about doing the thing and just do it. So I started to just do it, right? I went in like this blackout mode, removed cabinet doors, cabinet drawers, everything, emptied out my cabinets completely, all over the kitchen table. I started scraping old paint manually off of the old cabinet doors. Can't use paint stripper because I'm pregnant. So I'm thinking this is the best way, right? It took me like 6 hours to do half of one door. Thanos wants attention. It took me 6 hours to do half of a door. And then I kind of just stopped. Yesterday, I had anxiety. Thanos, I know that you want to play, but this is a bit much. Yesterday I had anxiety all day, went to the store twice, couldn't figure out my paint colors, couldn't figure out the paneling that I wanted for the backsplash, couldn't figure out like anything. Just like really bad anxiety. Anyways, I ended up getting everything last minute at like 8 p.m. last night. Today I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just get it done. Just get it done, film some stuff for YouTube. And then, you know, I have my paint. And then I decided to Google, should pregnant people be painting? Turns out people who are pregnant necessarily shouldn't be painting. That didn't even make sense. But it's very controversial, and I'm a very anxious person, especially when it comes to pregnancy. So now I don't know if it's a good idea for me to paint. On top of that, I was reading that you shouldn't be scraping old paint off of cabinets or walls or anything like that, because this is an old ass building with like 6 million coats of paint on the cabinets, and the old paint could contain lead, and that is insanely dangerous or just like unhealthy for pregnant people. And I've been doing that for the last 2 days. So now I don't know what to do. My whole house has been like demolished. I just wanted to have a nice kitchen so I could film nice videos of me making bread. That was it. What do I do now? What do I do? I love being pregnant. Don't get me wrong. I love feeling the move inside my tummy. I'm like 20 weeks and a day. I love being pregnant, especially in my second trimester. But I have never been so helpless in my entire life. I needed to get couches out of the storage to be able to fit other things in the storage so that we could have our nursery ready. And I couldn't do any of the work. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help with moving anything. I couldn't help with unloading the storage. I couldn't help with anything. I can't paint. I can't strip the cabinets. In the end, I decided to prep all of the kitchen so that Jeremy could do the painting, since even though I had low VOC paint, I still felt uncomfortable doing any of the paint job. So I ended up removing the, I guess I would say, sticky paper that the old tenants had put on the shelves of the cabinets. And then I put the tape down so that Jeremy could paint, and I actually ended up trying to putty all of the drawer doors because the texture was really weird, so that then it would be a little bit more smooth, and we ended up painting over that. Jeremy did all of that painting stuff within like one afternoon, so it went really quickly, and honestly the results were amazing. I could not be happier with them. Smooth operator. No? I'm gonna dance cause I can't touch any cleaning products, and I can't lift anything because I'm pregnant. This is the end look of the kitchen. For now, we haven't painted the other side of the cabinets, but we got a smaller table so that the high chair could fit in the corner, and we actually took off the cabinet doors so that we could have open cabinets, and I just love how it turned out. Last night we went to my friend's wedding, well, her reception actually, because in their culture they do it on like different days, and that was really fun. Jeremy looked like my Prince Charming, and my friend looked absolutely stunning and beautiful, and it was just a really nice reception. Funny enough, the baby has obviously been moving a lot since, I guess I would say about 17 weeks is when I really started to feel the baby moving. And So yesterday when we were at the reception, things were like pretty calm for like the first 4 or 5 hours, in the sense that the music wasn't too loud. It was a lot of speeches, there was appetizers, food, desserts, and all of that. And so everything went really, really well with the baby for that part and everything, and it was really, really enjoyable and really nice. And then when the music started and the bass started going, the baby started panicking, and I could just feel the baby moving, like rolling and kicking, and it was very abnormal, and I could feel the panic, probably because the baby was feeling the bass and it was just loud and everything. And so I ended up leaving. Like, I don't think I stayed more than like 2 minutes once the music started, because I could just feel that the baby was uncomfortable, and it's so hard to say the baby and not he or she. So I ended up going, and it was funny because we were sitting outside of the reception hall and we were Googling like what's safe. Oh no, my camera battery is gonna die. As I was saying, we were Googling like what's safe, what's not safe in terms of bass and sound and all that stuff. And we maybe did that for 30 seconds, and then I kind of just realized like it doesn't matter what's safe or not safe. Like, it doesn't matter what Google says, because I can feel it. Like, I can feel the baby, and I could even feel the stress of the baby, in the sense that I started shaking, like getting like chattering teeth, and this is all within like 45 seconds. It was like super fast, but I started getting chattering like teeth, and my eyes started like tearing up, so I could like feel the stress rushing through my own body. And that's when we kind of realized like it doesn't matter what Google says, because I can literally feel it. Like, I'm the connection between me and the baby. So that was a really interesting and cool new perspective on like motherhood and on being pregnant, and just like trusting myself. And then this morning we had our midwife appointment. That went so well. I'm so happy with the choice that we made to see the midwife and to be followed by the birth center and by our midwife, instead of going the traditional like doctor and hospital route. I just feel so much more like empowered, and so much more like she trusts me and I can trust myself to know my body and to know how I'm feeling and everything, and I can make decisions and no one's like judging me for my decisions. It just feels really, really nice. Today I did blood tests for my thyroid again, which is every 4 weeks, and I also ended up doing a panel for my iron, because I haven't been taking my prenatals. And again, I was really happy there, because when I spoke to my midwife about not taking my prenatals since like the last 4 to 6 weeks, so basically since I entered the second trimester, once I was past the first trimester and past like the whole like folic acid is essential phase, I kind of just don't see the point in taking them anymore. Like, I spoke to her about that, and I was just like, I don't know, it just feels silly to me to take that when I can just get my nutrients from my food, you know? And there was zero judgment, and she just said, yeah, sure, like, we'll just check your iron, and as long as your iron's good, then you should be fine. And like, if you don't feel the need to take them, and if you're feeling great, then that's fine. And I was like, wow, I can just ask myself if I'm feeling good, do a little blood test, and we're good to go. Like, I can just stop taking them. Like, I can just trust what I believe is best. Wow, that's really nice to hear. Then we did the blood tests. Normally they're at the hospital, but because I'm followed at the birth center, my midwife actually does all my blood tests now. So that is so nice, because I don't react the best to blood tests. I get very, again, stressed, and after every single one I always cry, and sometimes I get very faint. They've had to like lie me down in an inclined chair with my head down in the past, or like give me orange juice, and anyways, all this stuff. And my veins are really hard to find, so they usually have to like prick me quite a lot. Like sometimes they'll get the first shot, but a lot of the times it's like 1, 2, it's even gone up to like 6 to 8. Like, they had to try 6 to 8 different times. Yeah, normally I don't react very well to that, but she got it first shot, and not in a vein that we normally do. She put it in. It didn't necessarily go into the actual vein right away, so like usually they wiggle it a little bit, and I usually hate that feeling. But she actually called Jeremy over, so Jeremy was filming, and I was not expecting this at all, because I've never seen anyone do this before. But she called Jeremy over and said, do you want help?
What?
And so Jeremy came over and he kind of like held, there's like a plastic thing that goes over the needle, and he held both sides down so that the needle wouldn't move as much and it wouldn't hurt. And like as soon as he was there, and he was just like, I just felt the heat of his hand on my arm and like the bit of pressure, and just having him there, I was automatically soothed. Like I felt so much better. I didn't even feel the needle after that. And I think even the midwife could tell how much more like I was when I had him around. That was really nice that she involved him, and I can kind of see maybe how things will be at birth. That was like a nice little insight into like how things might be. And it also just makes me feel like when we give birth, I just feel so confident knowing that he's gonna be there, and that, you know, he'll be able to be in the bed with me. I don't know, I just feel like we're like a team, and that I just feel like really supported and respected and trusted. And yeah, I don't know, the whole Jeremy thing, like just knowing how I felt with the blood tests, thinking about giving birth and having him so close to me and being able to like be in it with me makes me feel very reassured. So that's my little update for the last couple of days.